10 seconds remaining.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the Dota 2 Canada Cup Season number 5. I'm SP Revolution 5, joined by Dr. Corporal British on stats for Truesight TV. Rebeldes is taking on Lampo Syndrome right now in a best of 3 to decide who's going home and who's moving up in the bracket. Yep. It'll be, well, they'll be playing the winner of Tong Fu in A versus Heroes of the Dorm, which that match will be happening Saturday night with MRP and Turbo. I forget what MRP's name is. More Rage, please, and Turbo. Yep. Anyways, I'm solo casting this first game because we had a bit of a miscommunication with the co-caster, and he'll be here for game number 2. Okay, so we've got stats on Rebeldes. We don't have many stats on Lampo Syndrome. One thing we can say is they really ban out the Axe. They do often ban out the Batrider, and they're kind of regretting it right now, I'm sure, as they let the Batrider go away to Lampo Syndrome. It's one of those heroes they really, really want to get rid of in the early stage of the game here. Sky, Clock, and Lion, though, are some of their most popular heroes. A little surprising we haven't seen any of those just yet, especially not the Lion. And keep in mind, this is from all patches. Since they're not in many professional level tournaments, we couldn't really find stats on it for Dota. Was there anything else? Not really. We got Earthshaker banned out now, looking to get away from a little bit of that lockdown. I'm trying to triple check the open mic. It should be going just fine. I was just communicating with the admin. I've had some serious technical issues this week, and I have no idea where they've come out from. It just popped out of nowhere. It's been a stressful week because of that, but at least they're here they're gone in time to give you guys the game, of course. Vengeful Spirit and Lena first picks up for Rebeldes and Batrider Silencer. Silencer's going to be doing relatively well against Lena, and I've been playing a lot of Lena in pubs. In fact, I want to say my last 10 games or so are Lena. Yeah, if you go to my latest matches, it says Lena, Sniper, Lion, Lena. So, I've been playing a bit of the Fiery Vixen there. She's a very strong mid laner, it turns out, and I've mocked people for picking Lena mid in the past.
Reserve time.
Okay, whoa. Trying to edit the overlay because I haven't been able to mess with it this afternoon. That's a little better, but not by much. Anyways, Lion will be picked up this time by Lampo Syndrome, made up of a few NA stack members. Big Bad Bird, most notably, a very prominent player in IXDL, and I do want to take a quick look here, just to see. I've seen him in the leaderboards for IXDL in the past. I actually don't see him on there right now, though. Just a little surprising. But some people just stop playing for a while, when things like that happen. Like when they get committed to a big team. Now, they will ban out the Skywrath Mage. This is one of Rebeldes' most successful heroes with a 66% win rate over pretty much all time, I believe. And one of the heroes they do the best with. And with a Vengeful Spirit on the board, they have that lockdown to do with it. And Lena won't even need the Ags if she's got Skywrath's Ancient Seal to amplify her damage very early on. They will pick up that Clockwork, though, and as British was telling me, let me triple quadra check here. Yeah, it is one of their top 3 picks of all time. Slark will be picked up now for Lampo Syndrome. A pretty decent hero up against Lena's thing is you can oftentimes telegraph when she's trying to get her stun, purge it off. You've also got great regen to kind of take a fight, bait out her ult, come back and fight her with more health than you had previously, assuming she doesn't one-shot you with the ult. The one-shot with the ult is kind of the problem, potentially.
10 seconds remaining.
I just noticed this isn't even animating. Why is it not animating? Okay, we're gonna try something risky. It may animate now. Maybe.
Radiant team ban.
Oh dear.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Sorry about that.
Team ban.
Juggernaut set up for Rebeldes, and this is going to be very good with the clockwork.
10 seconds.
Someone who is able to really dish out damage physically,
5
and
seconds
Clockwork's going to be there to kind of zone people out from the Juggernaut, so he's not got people all in his face and whatnot. He'll also be able to close that distance if Jug gets dragged back by Batrider. Now, I will say the Silencer is going to do pretty well against Jug. When you silence Jug, he can't do much of anything. Usually a BKB would purge that off, but if the only BKB he has is one he can cast and he's silenced, it's going to be a bit of a catch-22 there for him. Shadow Fiend will be the final ban out from Rebeldes here, as Lampo Syndrome bans out the Medusa. Not going to want to deal with a Gorgon this evening. It is only game 1, but of course, still a very critical point, seeing as an easy 2-0 victory would not only save some time for the players and all of us here, but also secure their confidence going into the next round of qualifiers.
10 seconds remaining.
And it'll be an Ancient Apparition, so this is going to be a Silencer core. We can kind of assume that it might be mid here. I don't really see them putting Batrider mid against Lina. I feel like Lina would lose out in that matchup most of the time.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, British very happy about the Silencer mid. It could be Slasher's Way. I don't know that we'll go with the
10 seconds.
Shadow Blade here, simply because I don't think it's necessary. But it's going to be Queen of Pain for Rebeldes, so it will actually be Lina's support. A little surprising here. But this could actually work a lot better, seeing as they already have Clockwork's cogs to set it up, and Vengeful Spirit with the stun as well. To set up Lina's stun. So it should be interesting here. Let me make sure my other overlay is working properly, because it should be, since this one is constantly crashing on me. Okay. There we go.
10 seconds remaining.
Yep, and we will be good to go here. Moving into the game. I can't seem to get the overlays to animate properly, and it's been very frustrating. XSplit doesn't like me, and I don't have OBS configured, so. Anyways, we are going to have, on the side of Rebeldes, the Mexican soap opera band, from what I know. We've got 9876 on the Juggernaut. We've got Lina, played by Kat. Lil Kin 6 will be on your Vengeful Spirit. Quap will be played by Therence. And on the bot lane, we'll have Clockwork, played by Wait and Bleed. And on the side of Wow. Messed up. Lampo syndrome, not Lambo syndrome. We've got offlaner here on the silencer. I don't know. On the Slark. Well-known NEL player, but with one of the more frustrating names. Chrysalid will be on your Ancient Apparition. Big Bad Bird will be picking up that support line, and in the offlane, it's not offlaner here. It's actually going to be Jimbu, and what kind of mount is that for Batrider? Well, a very interesting one to say the least. And of course, I'm SP Revolution 5, going to be bringing you all the action here. Very happy to be here with you guys tonight, and hope you enjoy the cast. Now, they will split the bounty runes evenly. Batrider going for more of a block up here, and some pretty awkward wards placed out from Rebeldes. They've got this lane ward, which is going to be very good, especially if they're trying to pull the lane back very often. And of course, they have the Observer over here, which, I mean, it'll give them vision, but it's in a very awkward place. I'm assuming they're anticipating some D wards coming through. Clockwork going to get a bit of a block off here, and he'll actually just contain these two creeps for a little bit. Solo mid silencer has only been run 3 times and recorded 6.83 pro play. It's gone 2-1 total. Now he is starting off with the Glaive. We could see a Slasher's Way build here. I don't think we're going to see the Shadow Blade, though, as I mentioned during the draft. No, it's fine, British. Jimbu getting harassed out a little bit here. Cat hit with some sticky napalm. And this is going to be a bit of a struggle for Lina in this lane, seeing as she is rather slow until she gets points up in her passive. And she has a pretty poor turn rate, in all honesty. So that turn rate slow is really going to bother her early on in the game. Of course, Juggernaut won't be affected as much. She'll be able to purge it off, as you see right here, with that Blade Fury. And then just go to town on the Batrider. Big Bad Bird actually picking up Earth Spike first here, looking for the 2-minute rune. And up top, we may see some action here as Napalm comes out onto the Lina. And it is going to be the rune secured both by Lampo Syndrome. And Theron's trying to get away here. Will actually just sit back here. But the haste from Lion, it's going to be an issue. An Earth Spike coming through. This could be first blood. A couple right clicks would do the job. But Lion going to get chased away by the teleporting in Vengeful Spirit. And they're actually going to be just fine here. 600 gold in the bank for Quap. Looking for a quick bottle and definitely needs it. But the Big Bad Bird, well, he's swooping around here. And wants to really just get his pick of things. Well, we actually saw Silencer trying to fake a last word out here. Now, he does put a second point in the last word. He is going for the Slasher's Way build at the moment. Not seeing any early stats, of course, but it'll be interesting to see from here on out. He does have his bottle. Quap bottle crowing hers back to the base. And Lion just standing out here waiting it out on the bot lane. He can do a lot with Mana Drain once he picks it up, but he hasn't quite gotten that yet. Lina with the smoke, Jug with Phase Boots on the top lane. He's getting very good farm up here as well. Batrider actually has not a single CS, and now he's going to just say, okay, it's time to jungle, boys. Let's do it. Stack up some camps for me. I'm coming to the jungle. And he'll be there just in time, basically, to stack a camp for himself. And there's also what's going to be a quad stack here on the other hard camp. So should be able to get a pretty fast Blink Dagger. And Clockwork grabbing the Bounty Rune. Quap with Regen Rune, so this time looks like Rebeldes are going to be grabbing both of those. Jug left to free farm, though, and this is absolute heaven for the Juggernaut. he should be doing just fine here. Yeah. Batrider actually dropping pretty low to that creep camp, but not quite enough for a bottle. A bit unfortunate for him, seeing as he won't be able to stack. I would kind of expect Silencer to move around here. He'll be,
Radiant's top tower is
well,
under
possibly bottle crowing. Yeah, he is going to. Meanwhile, up top, they are going to begin to pressure the tower. Juggernaut is level 5, has got 2 points in stats. So he's rather beefy right now. And Lion is going to come up here to just occupy some space and say, hey, don't take this tower. Step back. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. I mean, Lion would know. He's been to hell and back. And then back to hell. And back once more. On the mid lane coming in. It's actually going to be first blood on the bot lane on the Clockwork. Global Silence coming off from the Silencer now that he has hit level 6, but I'm not sure that'll put Queen of Pain too far away from him. She actually manages to get juked here. Chrysalid, after securing that first blood, is moving into the mid lane, but it doesn't look like they'll be able to get another kill off of this. Jimbu going to throw out another sticky napalm, but we'll be okay. They're going to grab the double damage rune. It looks like up top, Lion will find himself a bounty rune for his troubles. Silencer in a little bit of a pickle mid lane. Should be okay though.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So moving into the mid game, we're going to see Rebeldes start to form a bit of an advantage here. Quap's ult is going to be key to that, Juggernaut's ult, and also Clockwork being able to keep those allies, or enemies rather, still, and set up a Lina stun as well. I'm not seeing quite that level of Wombo combo from Lampo Syndrome. Lampo Syndrome, excuse me. I keep saying Lambo Syndrome, like Lamborghini, but that is not correct in any way. Oh dear. Unfortunately, they won't get the double stack there because of the way the trees were cut down, but it will work. Clockwork trying to block off the camp there, but won't quite be able to this early on. Slark continuing to form up, actually going to pick up a Quelling Blade. It is only 7 minutes in, so this is perfectly fine farm, but I'm sure he'd like to get something a little better for himself. Lion's still sitting up in the top lane. We're not seeing much done by the Batrider either. He has managed to get 25 last hits in a bottle, but not too much. And Lion going to get caught out up top. Taken down by one more swing from the Juggernaut's mighty sword. Juggernaut going with the classic 1-1-1-1 build.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And most of that, of course, going into stats.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Missplit items on 6.83 Pro Silencer. Seeing a lot of Refresher. A bit of Aghanim Scepter, but more Refresher than... Oh, those were win rates, my bad. So we see more Aghanim Scepter. But if you can get that Refresher, even though it's built up less often, it does have that higher win rate, which is going to be very useful.
Under attack.
Meanwhile, Juggernaut just dominating this top lane continually. And, they're actually going to spot out the courier, but it's not carrying anything, so it won't even matter. Support's doing okay here. Well, I say that. Venge is actually level 2. Lina's at least got her level 4. AA sitting level 5. Lion sitting level 4. You're seeing a pretty big advantage for Lampo Syndrome here in the early game for their supports, at least, in terms of level. On the mid lane, Quap is going to be picking up that magic stick as well as working on treads. Silencer already sitting on his. I don't think he really needs the magic stick. You're not going to see Lina spamming too much very early on, especially in a support role rather than a core role. And actually up top, nothing's going to end up happening. Chrysalid just trying to get some solo XP over here, get his level 6 nice and early so he can do a lot with that. Wait and bleed. I don't think he sees Lion here. I don't think Lion sees him either. And the counter juke's going to come out. Looks like he's going to be picking up some Tranquil Boots. Interesting choice for Clockwork, but showing he wants to get around the map a lot. Very early. And actually, Thorence will manage to blink away there. Does have a regen rune in the bottle now, so going to be able to do a lot. Bounty rune going to Clockwork on the bot lane. And again, Rebeldes are going to be dominating the runes. But there's your Blink Dagger coming up on Batrider. 10 minutes is an okay timing. It's not anything spectacular, but it'll get the job done for sure. And this is going to hit about the same time AA has its ult, which will help them line up the AA ult across the map. Of course, the Global Silence helping with that as well, stopping Quap from blinking away. And they will scout out the Roche as well. Juggernaut, of course, with his very high level of farm, 95 last hits at 10 minutes here. Almost unheard of levels of farm on this hero. I'm assuming just been farming the jungle a bit more than we see most cores do. Rivaling our previous notions of what was the top farm for a carry in 10 minutes. Hook shot going to be slightly off the mark. They will get the last of off from Batrider onto the Vengeful Spirit, but it doesn't accomplish much. Now Batrider in a bit of trouble. He will sneak into the secret shop on the other side of the fight, though. We are going to see Clockwork getting taken down by that AA ulti. Offlaner here. Well, offlaner was here. Now he's going to be on the ground, taken down by the Sonic Wave and, well, just Juggernaut right clicks, which are pretty strong, but not quite strong enough. And it looks like Slark will be going for that Shadow Blade. A little interesting against the Clockwork, who is going to be able to lock you down and know where you are most of the time, especially if you Shadow Blade, because Leaping, of course, will break that. But it can work out for them. 12-minute Shadow Blade is very good, by the way. Going to hit a nice early timing where supports are still trying to get some essential items up. For instance, they're just sitting on brown boots. Lina has a magic stick, and that's all they've got. Maybe don't want to invest so much in regen early on. Cut me once, though. Shadow Blade has 36 games in 6.83 Pro Dota. Has a 41% win rate. But if he gets it before 15 minutes, he goes 7 to 18. Okay. So he loses more without the Shadow Blade. Oh, and they will lose Venge right now. So gonna have a quick pause. I'm ready, let's go. A little bit of salt coming out from the players right now. Of course, guys, sorry if the cast is a bit lackluster. Solo casting is not my forte by any means. But in games 2 and 3, potentially game 3, we will have PlagueDota joining us. So it'll be a lot easier there. Sure. A little cocky there. Hard to put a positive spin on the stat. Comparing it to Blink First. Blink First has a very good win rate, so I still think there is a place for Shadow Blade on Slark. It may not necessarily be here, but it can work. And actually, you know what? Since Streamerino Sniperino has been the talk of the hour, the week, the century here, let's just switch over to an AFK screen for the moment. Just to be sure we're not getting Sniperino'd. Would hate for that to happen. Hey Brett, when the game resumes, remind me to turn back to the game just in case. Sorry, I would hate to give you guys an AFK screen for 2 minutes instead of actual game once it resumes. That would definitely be worst caster in A forever. Hope you guys are enjoying the game so far. We do have 1,500 gold advantage for LS, which is what I'm going to be calling them from now on, so I don't get them confused with the Lamborghini, and about a 4k XP advantage, and it looks like Venge is reconnecting now, so I will go ahead and switch that back over for us. And we'll get right back into the game. Again, these are those gold graphs. Remember the elevation, of course, being where we just had that pause. Roche will go down to the Dire, though. Juggernaut picking up the Aegis very quickly. Already sitting on a Yasha 12 minutes in and topping the net worth chart. Very excellent farm on him. Not much else to say about that. You know, Slark could get caught out here. There is an ult up from Jug. Of course, an ult up from Slark as well, and a Shadow Blade means that he could get something done. I'm surprised he's not using the Shadow Blade to be more active around the map this early on. Especially getting it at this early time. You have to get something done with it. Therence, though, will be getting something done to him as he will pop the last word, wait and bleed, getting jumped on there. And he is ahead of the curve on that. A big ulti coming off from the Ancient Apparition. And Slark getting in here will help bring down the Lina. And they will swap out the Juggernaut. Not going to get much else except for the Big Bad Bird. The long-range Finger of Death. Taking him out there. Nice pounce from the Slark trying to get away. But Therence with the blink forward is actually going to block his path. Now Jug getting hit. He actually could go down here. His Aegis will be popped underneath the tower. And meanwhile, Jimbu backing up. They are going to go ahead and try to take down this tower. And should be able to, I would imagine. Juggernaut's Mask of Madness coming off cooldown very shortly. And of course he has the healing ward there to buffer him up for a few more seconds. Queen of Pain moving in as well. They will get a nice AA ulti off on this on 3. Very clean ults coming out from the AA and making big plays early in the game. At that early level 6 he was able to get, at least compared to the enemy team. And he's able to do a lot with it, and that's exactly what you want on your support Ancient Apparition. You don't want them to be sitting at level 5 for 10 minutes because nothing much will do that. Pimp, that's a very good point about the streams tonight. Take that into account in the future. Anyways, we have Slark moving down here. He's actually going to jump Cat, and he will be getting this kill very easily. Cat only really using Light Strike Array to destroy a couple trees. Bit of deforestation here going on from the Dire team. But that's about all we've got in that sense. It looks like Slark is going for a drum here as a second major item. Relatively interesting, at least. Yep, that is what it'll be, of course. I'm not really seeing the purpose entirely here, but if he just wants some extra stats to buffer him up, by all means, drum is a great way to go. Seeing as Slark doesn't have any sort of Ags upgrade. And of course, Sludge and Yasha won't get you all 3. It'll just get you the strength and agility. No intelligence coming from that. And they are going to jump on the Clockwork right now. They actually have the Batrider ulti connected with the AA ulti and wait and bleed. He won't be waiting too long as he'll just bleed out right there under the tier 2 tower. Big Bad Bird getting, I believe, a little bit of XP from that and possibly assist gold as he's sitting on 1600 right now and will be able to get his Blink Dagger very soon. In fact, 16 minutes, not the fastest in the world again, but pretty good. And Blade Mail on Clockwork, we actually have a 60-ish% win rate with it. About a 45% without, but he buys Blade Mail most games, and that is what this Clockwork is going for right now. Of course, he is still about 700 gold away. So that is something to factor in. And you usually want to get that much sooner. But now your drum is, of course, up for Slark. And up top, we are going to have Slark getting caught in these cogs. He will have that extra move speed from the drum, and he popped the charge as well to hopefully get out of here. He'll leap toward the edge, and he's actually going to Shadow Blade out. They don't realize he's gone. I think they actually pinged over there thinking he is still here, but Very nicely played by the Slark. Going to make the great escape from what looked to be impossible there. Theron's going to be caught out on the bot lane, except able to blink away in time. And he's going to be working for that straight Aghanim Scepter, and only going to be about 60 gold off of it right now. So, 17-minute Ags, pretty good timing, especially for a first item. You'd like to have it a lot sooner, though. And that is going to be a problem. But having not died, Queen of Pain sitting third in the net worth chart, doing really well for herself. Silencer is going for the Slasher's Way build so far, except forsaking the Shadow Blade, of course. Queen of Pain will find herself a region room. Relatively quiet game. 18 minutes, only 10 kills. I'm ready to bring the hype. I'm excited. I'm ready. But apparently the teams aren't going to give me much of an opportunity just yet. Quap now with that Aghanim Scepter means more team fights, which is good news for me, good news for you guys, and pretty bad news for LS at the moment, who are sitting at a slight net worth disadvantage. But that big item is going to create a bit of a timing attack for Quap, that she's going to be able to unveil that. Very nice. Scream if you want to go faster. It's a very common sight. However, as a first item, she only has a 38% win rate with it. Usually we see players go for the Orchid into the Ags, which gives them a bit extra burst damage, a lot of extra regen. What's considered useful things for Queen of Pain. And they actually are going to spot out the Batrider right now. There's your hook shot in. Laguna Blade coming in as well. The Courier will go down to that Sonic Wave. And Slark on the run now. We'll get swapped back into the Sentry Ward. We'll pop his ult and TP out, though. Nice purge there just in case. And Clockwork, well, he isn't actually going to hit him with Battery Assault. I believe if he's not in vision, he can't connect the Battery Assault shot. That may have been changed to patch you back. Not 100% sure on that. Orchid first on Queen has 215 games with a 55% win rate. What's Quap's overall win rate this patch? Just to kind of put it in perspective for us here. Lion with the Blink Dagger now, 19 minutes in. Very good for him. And Vinge is going to be building up a medallion. And we do have that blade now. 48%. So yeah, only a slight dip in the win rate overall with the Ags first, but a 7-8% boost to it with the Orchid first, which is why Orchid's a more common build, I believe. Theron's meanwhile throwing out a Scream of Pain on the bot lane. Does have an Invis rune to gank with, but it looks like they're going to be moving toward the top lane. They'll actually spot it out, and I believe that was Slark pinging out, hey, there's still a ward here. We got to get rid of that. Got to do something about it. And Jabu on the Batrider. The Blink Force is able to pick people off if he can just find them. However, there's not many people up here in Clockwork. Well, he's going to smell him. He can smell him coming. He's got the nose of a machine, that one. And you might be saying, Revo, I didn't know machines have noses. Well, they don't, but this one does. Just go with it. You're just going to have to accept this and move on. And AA is going to find that ward over here. Is working on a Hand of Midas, and we'll have an okay recipe. I think AA Hand of Midas is generally best picked up around 18 minutes, but it does secure your Ags. It's putting your Ags on layaway, basically. You want to buy your kids a nice scepter for Christmas, but you don't have all the money right now. Well, put 20, 50 gold down, and we'll see what we can do. Roshan respawning in just a few short seconds. They might actually run right into it. It's, well, pretty much at the 8-minute mark. And AA is going to scout it out before them. There is going to be a Batrider Lasso, a Global Silence coming out, as well as an Earth Spike. They'll take down the Juggernaut. A very big kill, especially with the timing of this Roche. And I didn't see if they pinged it out. And I didn't see that stat either. Very sorry about that. I think it said something about the average Midas timing for AA. Not seeing them make any moves toward the Roche pit yet, at least. And it looks like Queen of Pain. She's going to grab that rune as they take down the mid tower. She's not even going to check Roche, though. Oh, good. At least not yet. And actually, on the run from the enemy team, as they're going to be moving into their own jungle. Knowing someone was around, but not able to spot her out. And now a Sanji Nasha up on Slark at 22 minutes. This is a really nice build if you go into the Shadowblade. Somebody in chat did mention that Shadowblade will give you bonus attack speed and damage, which is very good. And hey, what better to amplify that with than an item that's going to let you chase and let you deal a little more damage, be a little tankier in team fights, and just an all-out brawl of an item right there. And Lion now picking up the Tranquil Boots behind the Blink Dagger. Really needed the Blink Dagger to get the team some extra Blink initiation when Batrider Lasso's down. And I can definitely agree with this, seeing as they do have a Global Silence on their end to possibly back him up if he gets in a bad situation. Excuse me there. Ale is going to come out and connect on 3, as well as scouting out the Roche. I don't think they're in a position where they can respond to it in time, and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to. Slark, meanwhile, moving up toward the top tower, going to at least zone Quap out. I believe she saw him coming with the tower Truesight there. Do have Therence hovering around the Roche pit now. Is going to bottle up and pick up a rune. So right now Rebeldes is sitting at a slight disadvantage, but still a lead in terms of net worth, and barely a lead in terms of XP. And yeah, Sanji Nasha has risen quite extensively from its, well, days of ignorance where Sanji Nasha was looked at as a trash item. Now, it's being perked up most games, I'd say, even, on somebody or other. And a big rise to that has been the Sniper build, the Jug build. Even the Slark sometimes picks it up, although he's a bit more rare. They are going to hit the Jug with the AI Spice. Did pick up the Mantis style, but already has an Eye of Scotty and 1,500 in the bank. He's just one of those heroes that, well, when he gets a good start, the game can almost be over. Nice hookshot in from the Clockwork. Will disable Silencer briefly. Laguna Blade coming out on the line to bring him down. And actually, Batrider getting taken down by the Juggernaut. Dominating now for the Slark as he takes down 2. Looking for a third. Manages to leap away from the Jug and actually live long enough to survive. Quap goes down as Juggernaut limps away from the fight. Still does have an Aegis, but doesn't want to engage here without the rest of the team. They lose 3 and pick up 2, and that's not really going to help them out at the moment here. Am I going to get a fight recap or no? There we go. Yeah, about a 1,100 gold swing for your Radiant team, and a pretty big XP swing as well. 1,700 XP as well. Guys, just want to remind you, I will have a co-caster game number 2, so there won't be as much dead air where I'm just like, yep. Cricket. Cricket. Cricket, cricket. Chirp, chirp. Yeah. Very sorry about that. Again, I'm not so used to solo casting, and my co-caster got the times mixed up a little bit. But of course, good old PlagueDota will be joining me for game number 2. Silencer's only picked up Scythe in 16 pro games at a 75% win rate with it. It's a very, very good item. I mean, let's just be honest here. You have a Hex, it's a silence, it's a disable, it stops right clicks, it stops everything. They can't do anything. They're a little pig. Bacon. 16 games, though, is a small sample size, but a reasonable enough one. We can work with it. And it's a bit different there. Oh. Oh, dear. Everybody just... Even being flamed by his own teammate. And we do have Co-op ult coming out. It'll clean up the Lion before he's able to get a finger off lane. Guna Blade coming out. Slark will live, but Batrider gonna fall. And now, the same for Silencer, as AA and Slark will be the only ones left alive here. Cat sitting low, but with no AA ult up for 20 seconds, I don't think it's that much of an issue. In fact, this is going to be a free tier 2 for Rebeldes, only losing their clockwork for it, and that's the kind of advantage where you can just say, okay, so we lost the clockwork, who cares? Slark is working on that Eye of Scotty, and yeah, there's nothing on the courier. He will go in here to kill an illusion, and now he's going to Shadow Blade up and look for something. Sentry board nearby. They ping him out, though. I believe there's a gym, actually. Or that was probably the sentry. They might have spotted him right there, but not 100% sure about that. But he will at least defend the racks long enough to keep his team from being overwhelmed before they even respawn. Quap picking up a Lincoln's here. Will do relatively well against the Lion, but mostly I think she's picking up this up for the Batrider, who is looking to blink in, lasso her down. And Aegis just got reclaimed. Jug just going to get the regen from that. And Lion scouting things out with the Invis rune here. But he doesn't realize there's more around the corner as Batrider's going to come in. They will probably take down the clock here, but they'll lose 2 in the process. A bit of a disastrous engagement. And just to give you guys a picture of how that happened in case you missed it. And they actually will spot out the Slark who comes in here. Global Silence coming out as well. But he's going to be forced to ult and just hightail it out of there. 14 seconds on that Shadow Blade, and this is going to be a serious problem. He is able to leap away, but Jug coming right after him. 522 move speed. You can't stop the Jug. It's hard, at least. I mean, you can stop the Jug, but it is indeed very hard. And actually, there is going to be a Lincoln's coming up for the Jug as well. Double Lincoln's on this team. So Lion's Mana Drain is not going to be quite as useful in just, oh, we'll pop the Lincolns. Easy. Well, the other guy has a Lincolns too, so that's going to be a major issue. Slark now with the Eye of Scotty up at just before 30 minutes. It's an okay timing to hit, of course. And definitely a necessary item to help him tank up. He still has his drum. There was a gym on the Vinge. Okay, they actually have it. No. Shadowblade win rate by time. The longer the game goes on, we actually see that win rate rise a bit around the 40-minute mark and drop a bit around the 15-minute mark. So actually, as supports maybe get their slots full, maybe not have the gym as much, the Shadowblade actually becomes more. And if they don't have the room to carry those sentry boards, they may not be carrying them around, may not be carrying the dust. Who would think it's actually a bad thing to get your supports farmed? Batrider actually going to pull the creeps around here. Quap bottling up double damage on the mid lane. And Jimbu going to go ahead and TP on home for now to dodge that gank coming in. Now, with this gym, they're going to be able to wrestle a lot of map control, but it is 12-12. We're sitting at a 4K gold lead for Rebeldes, about a 2K XP lead as well, which is going to be very good for them, indeed. Smoke coming up for the Vengeful Spirit as well. They want to make something happen around the map, and I believe that will put their smoke on cooldown. Being very efficient using these smokes as well. Jimbu looking for a jump on Quap. Little does he realize there's two allies very close nearby. Oh, and the AA ult will miss. Now for an interesting set. You mentioned Jug on himself a Lincoln Spear. In 6.83, he's picked it up only 7 other times. 3 of these were by Miracle. The Southeast Asian superstar, if you will, who has fallen off a bit recently, but he still holds a special place in my heart for his outstanding Naga play. And I think he will forever. Oh, he's also 7-0 with Lincolns this patch. So basically, if you've got enough space to build a Lincolns on your Juggernaut, you're going to be just fine. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, though, we've got Slark with the ult up, and AO gonna fly. It'll actually, well, Lion will instead steal the kill. He does go down, but at least he gets something for the trade, and it's going to be support for support there. The gym, I believe, did hit the deck, and it looks like Quap was able to pick it up. So it's at least not in the hands of the enemies, but definitely a value pick-off there, and Slark being able to get away with his assists there. Also, getting Lion a kill is pretty nice. They're going to be going for a very late earn here on Lion, who did play a little greedy, get his Blink Dagger nice and early, but that's been most of the reason he's been able to get so much done. He's actually 2-5-5, participating in 7 of the team's 13 kills, so a little over 50% for him. And he'll now have that Basher picked up. Juggernaut moving up top. He's probably needing to look toward a Basher of his own. He actually will buy something here. It's a Talisman of Evasion, so he's going to be going for that Butterfly. Slark not even looking toward a MKB at this point, maybe as a next item, but he does need to have Boots of Travel as well, I believe. Juggernaut not so concerned with that. I mean, when you've got 522 move speed, hopefully you can run all across the map as quickly as you can. And won't need that TP scroll that often. I don't advise this in pubs, by the way. Always have a TP, kids. Just trying to understand Jug's reasoning behind this. He may drop something here to look for that Butterfly. He's only about 1,200 gold from it overall. Still 13-13 though. He is sitting 6k gold ahead of the Slark, who's sitting about 4k ahead of the Quap. And from there on, it's just 1k to the Silencer, and then the huge drop-off where you get into your off lanes and supports. Clockwork, meanwhile, has had this Ogre Club for quite a while, and is sitting on 1,800. If you take nothing away from this cast, take away this. Revo doesn't like to solo cast and always carry a TP. Always. Like, seriously, do you have one right now? You never know when you might need it. Oh, but the Force Staff actually popping Quap's Lincolns there, but a nice swap from Vengeful Spirit, and Vengeful Spirit going to be stuck on the cliff. He is indeed on the cliff there. Will end up falling to the Slark, who is going to have to man up against Clockwork, excuse me, and wait out his time on the cliff there. Of course, with Leap only having an 8-second cooldown, that's not that hard. And they're going to be going after a Roche of their own, and Jug now scouting it out with that illusion. There will be a buyback from the Clockwork right now. Doesn't have a hook shot for 30 seconds. The Shadow Blade just getting Slark out of the pit, and they will realize it is clear, or at least for a moment. There will be a Lincoln's popped from the Juggernaut, who is going to be forced to silence himself there. Lion now falling to Queen of Pain ultimate, as Therence is on a dominating spree. Slark on the run here, doesn't have a Shadow Blade, doesn't have an ultimate, needs to get going. A Force Staff will bail him out of that fight. 9876 is now on a mega kill streak as he takes down the Batrider. Lena getting traded for with the Ancient Apparition ultimate. Therence trying to find the AA, but it's no luck there, as he will be able to TP on home and should be just fine. There's a missile randomly coming into the base there, but they are going to be able to secure Roche off this. The Medallion, the Vengeful Spirit armor reduction, doing a bit of work. And Cheese is going to go over to the Venge, Aegis going to Queen of Pain. Juggernaut now with the Butterfly up. 36 minutes in, this guy is fully 6-slotted, and he is an absolute beast of a carry to be 6-slotted on with his natural crit, his very high base attack time. I'll be excited to see that Silencer, though. Well, he's not looking too close to 6-slotting. He is working on the Refresher. 1,800 to go for him. He just needs that Recipe and the Perseverance. The big old bundle of regen that it is. We do have Clock. Well, he is going to be stacking up those Ancients, because apparently Juggernaut has not got enough farm yet. Nope, 6 slots, not enough. Still needs Boots of Travel, of course, but I think eventually he may even lay down this Mask of Madness for something like an AC. Wouldn't be too surprised to see that, to be honest. They will be dewarding as well. They do still have the gem, but it is in Quap's, well, it was in Quap's stash. Quap, meanwhile, picks up a Sheep Stick. Not sure what she's looking for next, but and that is an option. And Juggernaut, well, he's down to 0.32 seconds per attack. And that's pretty fast. So I remember over the summer I saw someone on Reddit said, somebody was like, well, we could buff Clinks by changing his base attack time like we did with Juggernaut. Somebody said, base attack time is not a toy. We can't just screw with this and think it won't make anyone OP. Little did we know, later on down the road, we've got Juggernaut, who is pretty, well, considerably OP to some. Precious Stones are being the dream of us all. Does have a 65% win rate, and only 41 of the 200 pro games, but we do have Smoke of Deceit. We have to whisper it, because otherwise they'll hear us. They are actually going to spot out the Bat Rider here, who is going to be in a bit of trouble. We'll be able to blink away. Fire flying up, but these two heroes are in a lot of trouble. Big Bad Bird does have a TP. Slark with his arsenal of escapability over here, but Bat Rider is going to be the casualty. Laguna Blade, the hate ult right to the face. As he and his bat will be retired for about 52 seconds. And AA ult going to come out. We'll connect on them and actually stop Jug and Clock from regening a bit. A little bit of tickle damage coming back out from the Blade Mail. But not a whole lot. More just, I have Blade Mail. Look what I can do. And Clock is going to be going for a BKB. 1,100 gold away from that right now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And Juggernaut just going on in. They do pop the Lincolns with that last word. Don't have enough heroes here to really make a big difference. AA in position for the ult. Hasn't gotten a lot this game, even with this relatively well-timed Midas. We're not seeing that pay off just yet. AA ult will connect on 4, though. Lincoln's popped on the Jug. I guess that was the last word on to creeps as well. Huh. But LS now a little too scared to come out of their own base. As Juggernaut will pick up an Illusion Rune. Quap clearing creep waves with her ult at this point, saying, hey, they don't want to fight us, that's fine. We can push. We have the tools to do so. They've got that Aegis, which is going to be reclaimed, well, very soon, which explains why they backed off. Now a Bounty Rune, picked up by the Queen of Pain. And there it's getting, well, able to hit quite a few creeps with that Scream. But Chrysalid may be in a lot of trouble here as Juggernaut, okay. I'm gonna just say that was a miss for Staff there. Hey, just getting reclaimed. Roshan respawning in just over 3 minutes. Let's take a look-see here. Yeah, it's gonna be another very quick Roshan spawn, which will be the 4th of the game in 41 minutes, which is, well, very quick. Very uncommon sight, Clockwork BKB. Only built in 12%. Compared to Ags, which is built 37% of the time, and Force Staff, which is 64%. A little surprising that he's completely skipped the Force Staff here, especially with a Bat Rider in the mix. Even a Slark in the mix. Although Slark, unless you're able to dodge it completely, you're not going to be able to get much use of the Force Staff to dodge your Pounce. But a Ghost Scepter for Cat, some Boots of Travel for Jug, and he is He's basically capped out unless he wants to get rid of that Mask of Madness at this point. The Silencer, well, he's got the Refresher. A little bit deviating from the Slasher's Way build, but still sticking with the skill build, you know. 9 points in stats. 4 in glaives, 4 in last, 2 in last word, not 4. Which I disagree with, but that's personal preference with this build. And none in Curse of the Silent. Curse of the Silent almost being looked at as a quote-unquote useless ability in this point. He does need his Ags, though. And I'm assuming he's looking to pick it up next. The problem is that doesn't really help him deal much more damage. It helps him deal a little bit, but not that much. Oh, no problem, Britt. Oh, well, somebody did just mention it in chat, yeah? If he goes for the Ags, it literally does, well, almost nothing, as there won't be a Curse of the Silent point to act on. Now, Quapult does come out there. We do see an AA ult respond, connecting on 2. Slark coming in, does manage to almost kill off Wait and Bleed, but he will get swapped out at the last second. She's being eaten by someone or other. The Global being refreshed here and will be able to be used. They also have another Sheep Stick to hopefully take down 9876. Bounced back and taken down. Can't even get the ult off in time. Wicked 6 streak now for your Slark, who is really starting to make a comeback in this game. And LS, they're looking for Therence, who's overstayed his welcome, gets bashed, gonna blink away. But keep in mind they have his leap. They have a Blink Dagger coming off cooldown for Batrider. And Jim is gonna go over to them as well. LEL from the Slark. Not sure how Dota Canada Cup feel about the manners. Team chat, sorry. I mean, there's been a couple of those incidents, so I don't know. They are gonna drop the gym for now. They have one on the Batrider, so it's that. Give us draft penalty as well for orange. Jerk's gone to Plaid. Oh. I see being picked up. I called that one a while back, saying he might drop it. That was just speculation, but hey, happy to be right, of course. And Slark, well, he's going to pick up the completed MKB. Does not have enough gold for buyback. Oh, okay. I know that movie, but I'm not that familiar with it to catch the references, so it's been a while. Britt, they like Montpack's trivia bits. I don't know if that's copyrighted by Montpacks, but you could possibly throw in some of those for us. If the game gets to a lull. Not in the middle of a team fight, please, because I'll get distracted by, ooh, stat. Let's read the, and I missed 3 kills. Report the caster very noob. 10 and 2 on the Juggernaut. And one of those deaths only coming very, very recently. Slark, on the other hand... Okay, maybe that's how they spell it in Britain. Slark, on the other hand, only having the 1 death to his name, which I believe was quite a while ago. But they will take the 4th Roche of the game. Quap with the cheese, or the Aegis, Lena with the cheese, of course. And once again, gonna go out. Looks like Quap's building into a Shiva's. It's 3 AM for him, yeah. Give him a break. Yeah. And, Plague, of course, worried about, this Game 2 coming. Well, maybe. Eventually. It's coming about at the same rate GTA 5 is making its way to PC. Very slowly. Anyways, Jim now once again picked up by the Venge. Big Bad Bird now sitting on a Ghost Scepter. Could be looking for an E-Blade. They will, well, blow an illusion up there. I'm not even sure who that was an illusion of. Trivia tidbit. Slark has on average 240 last hits over the entire game. This Slark has 480. Jug just inching ahead of him with 483 at the moment. Very interesting. And I like the little touch of the alt code TM there. Co-op still sitting 1,100 from the Shivas, but does indeed have a buyback available. Oh, if you don't do that, okay. I can understand. And God forbid you owe Motpax a lot of money. Not that Motpax isn't a great guy, he is. But, oh, I took that as seriousness. Shows what I know. Nothing. Anyways, Observer planting out here, and I believe they spotted it out with the gym. Or they're going to shortly as soon as they get the gym in range. Yeah. Vince just standing back, just in case, because I know you have an observer there, but you never know. Somebody could be hiding in the Roche pit ready to pop out. Although I doubt that to be the case. And Jug continuing to farm. I mean, hey, you got a bit of gold, but you never know. You could get the refresher on the courier. Pick up a spare heart for use in the fountain, you know, to regen even faster. Okay, somebody has said it in chat, and this is the best way to put it. Credit to Von Hom Kington. It's a Slark versus Jug game. Everyone else can sit in the well. The net worth lead is around 0 at 50 minutes. That is something that I'm not paid attention to as much as I should have. And it's not even gotten to a 7,500 gold lead this game. That is quite impressive for either team, showing that these teams are very evenly matched. And albeit playing maybe a bit cautiously. Batrider is going to get sheeped here. His TP now on cooldown. As the Sonic Wave comes out, this could be the death of the gym. And the death of the dream for LS. Probably not the death of the dream. This is a best of 3, though. Yes, keep in mind. And they're really sweating out game number 1. Maybe somebody will get too tired and have to go to bed, and they'll get a easy GG games 2 and 3. That could be the idea here. Slark now, well approaching 6 slotted. He can actually trade those in for travels if he needs it, but rather favoring the extra agility and attack speed that's going to come out of power treads. And actually, Batrider going to buy back, and the rest of the team just going to say, okay, you buy back, we'll see you later. 2 towers ahead, though. Oh, and Juggernaut actually taking down Ancient Apparition. Those boots of travel are going to be something to come in handy for him in the late game. And now 50 minutes in, AA has not made it to Scepter yet, and he's still 750, 650, something like that-ish from it. Hope you guys are enjoying the cast. It's only going to get better from here because my solo casting is so bad. But PlagueDota will be joining me for game number 2 when it eventually starts. Longest game 1 ever, bro. Let me just send him a quick message. I'm sure he's watching, but I mean, the past 10 minutes has just been like, okay, so Jug is farming, and Slark is farming. And they're gonna keep farming, and wait, Jug sold his Sanjanyasha? No, he didn't have that. I should know what this is. What did he just sell? Dang it. Dang it, Bobby. Well, he does have the Abyssal Blade now, which is going to be quite a big deal. Average time for AA is 34:30. It's 51 minutes, and Chris is still 500 for 1. I'm still... What did this jug sell? I'm trying to watch on the stream for when I eventually click on jug, but I probably don't in the past 2 minutes. Yeah, I wish we could look up stats on that.
Boom, there it goes.
Meanwhile, Cart getting his butt handed to him in chat in an all-out stats war versus Moppax. Of course, Moppax is brandishing a sword, which might be a little bit of a slight advantage. Slark's still holding on to these power treads. Gotta have that attack speed, man. You've got to. It's so important. If he doesn't have that 30 attack speed, think about how many stacks of Essence Shift that could be. That's like 2 extra sets at the end of the fight. Now, how many times in all Pro Dota has Lion picked up an E-Blade and those stats been allowed to reply? And I'm gonna check to make sure, see if this is one of those times. It doesn't look like it is just yet.
Haste.
Batrider's still working on the BKB. It'll do him a bit here. Lena doesn't quite have her ags up yet, but it's a long one, boys. And can we also just go ahead and say, 54 minutes in, towers have barely been scratched. I mean, they have been scratched, but that is all. Racks, don't even get me started, man.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Does anyone remember what this jug had? It's gonna drive me insane. Oh, Lena does 1235 magical damage without reduction. Okay. I'm assuming you already counted that she has level 2 Laguna right now. 420 Blaze it, boys. Mask of Madness was sold for this AC, though. Okay. You fancy pants, you. Roche is respawning. Well, but right now they actually will both spot it out. Hopefully they both go for Roche at the same time and there's a clash, but actually Slark getting spotted on the enemy jungle. Still holding on to the Shadow Blade, though. And now the Dire team is going to go after your Roche. Whew. I ran out of drink a long time ago. My mouth is starting to dry up.
Fall into the vitality.
Won't be long before I go full smoke around you guys. And once again, Quamp with the Aegis. Hey. You can't let the queen die, man. You're into that song. British definitely knows that song, God Save the Queen. I'm not going to sing it on air unless there's a very, very long pause. I don't think you guys want that.
Money to burn.
Any replies for the E-Blade? Check chat. We got a couple. Lesponge said 3 times. Mr. Badman said 2. Cardota guessed 24. Which is a very good TV show. But I highly doubt that's it. I'm not sure if you meant this patch or no. Nizcast said 0, and Swaggers Meiji said 4. Cart, you're wrong. Go home, Cart. I mean, you may very well be at home. In which case, stay there. But, yeah. Speaking of home, though, we got 4 heroes at home. 1 is out on leave, and that is the magic of split push Lion, who blinked about an inch and then decided he'd TP home. Cropler's starting to pressure. He does manage to take out a tower and an AA ult, short range, but possibly effective. Gonna come out. It'll actually connect on 2 and apply the debuff to 4. Lena now with the Ags up as well. That's gonna be a very big deal to burst down these BKB heroes, especially since Batrider's just picked up his shiny new 10-second BKB. And it'd be a shame if you pop that and you're like, guys, I'm fine. I've got 10 seconds of magic immunity. Lena can't possibly... Oh, what? She has Ags? Oh, okay. Lincoln's. It was Lincoln's. Thank you. That's why I can't remember, because it's such an odd item. Now it makes sense. Okay. I can sleep tonight, guys. It'll be so nice. Otherwise, I was going to be staying up like, what in the world did he sell? In a world where you only have 6 item slots. But you need an Abyssal Blade. Whatever. Whoever said 6 gets a trophy. Nobody said 6. Nope, nobody said 6. You all failed. But Slark is now godlike. Pick up a gym. He's actually got a refresher. And I will say, I've actually seen this picked up before on Slark, although I believe last time the argument was made, why not Lincoln's? And I had to say, yeah, why not Lincoln's? Lincoln's is such a good item here in any scenario, because whatever you don't dodge with Purge, you dodge with Dark Pact. Or whatever you don't dodge with Dark Pact, you dodge with Dark Pact. That's not what I meant. Whatever you don't dodge with Lincoln's, you can get off with Dark Pact.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Players here.
Yeah, it just doesn't make as much sense when all you really need to refresh is Shadow Dance and probably the Abyssal and BKB. Those are really what he's buying it for. But let's keep in mind, he's still got his power treads, so he's got to have that extra 30 attack speed. At least buy the Boots of Travel and have them in your stash. 14 times on Slarkin Pro Play. It's mostly to refresh ulti, BKB, and Abyssal, yep. And it's got an 11-3 record. So it is pretty good, but it's like, there could be better things. Kind of, maybe. I don't know. And the smoke coming out from the Dire team. And they're going to try to wrap around to the Ancients, where Slark actually is farming. They're going to catch him! Oh my goodness. But he smells it. He smells it coming. And actually, he will get hexed up. That's going to be purged. BKB comes out. The Laguna Blade. Wow, what was that sound I just made? The Laguna Blade, though, ending Slark's godlike streak. He does have buyback gold, as well as a good 2,800 left over. Just in case, you know, for a rainy day to buy some Boots of Travel. Some Boots of Travel. Maybe some Boots of Travel. Slark. Lion, is he working on the E-Blade still? I don't think so. I think he's gonna go for a... There's no telling. Probably a sheep stick, though. Be the most likely option. In before I have Scotty Lion, the first ever. Thank you, Slark. I don't do either of those things much. I don't go fishing much. I'm not dead very often. Never. Spoiler alert. Ooh, this could be a late night for me. I mean, Lincoln's isn't that great here. I can admit, yeah. But the... Okay. But Lincoln's would block your Lena ult. Possibly. Which is a pretty big deal. I think we can all agree on that. So yeah, it would only block the first instance of Omni Snash. Thank you, Cart. Chat trivia. Yep, Scotty has never been built on Lion. In competitive play. Wonder how many times it's been built just this week in pub play. AC Silencer, new meta. Oh, he did pick it up. Noobcaster report, please. Anyways, that happened a while ago. In 6.83 Pro play, of course. Yeah. I wasn't trying to call you out on that, Britt. I was trying just to be facetious. Juggernaut, though. I'm going to move in with the Butterfly Flutter active. 7,200 gold. That'll buy you a lot of things. Buy you a rapier. Buy you a rapier. Buy you a rapier. Let's make this game interesting, Jug. Let's buy a rapier. It's not necessary, but it would be fun. Why am I questioning item choices? Because we're 63 minutes into the game and there's nothing else to do, guys. Okay, you guys complain about dead air. I start saying stupid stuff to cover up for the dead air. You complain about that. I can't win. It's confirmed. GG, well played. Well played, chat. You won. Silencer has never built AC and recorded professional Dota. Yay? I'm not happy with that, but I'm confused. For sure. Global Silence is going to come out, though. BKBs galore pop for your Radiant team. Double global as well. They'll take down the Clockwork, but haven't really done anything to anyone else. There's a refresh from Slark, actually Abyssal, but purges it off. Manages to get the ulti off. Is he going to live? It looks like he actually will. 700 HP, double ult from Quap. Not connecting on much. Chrysalid, he actually has finally gotten his Ags, by the way, and will be brought down by Theron. Sorry for that hiccup in frame rate. Don't know what's going on there. We have the big bad, the bird. Oh, he's gonna blink away. And it's a blink off here between him and Quap. Quap saw him. Lincoln's blink away. Stun. Yeah, fishy, fishy. Oh, but the Hex coming out for the Quap. Slowing him down with the Shivas now. Any bets on how long this game will go on for? I have no idea. Oh, this won't even be in the main database for that Dota. That's a good point. And, of course, I read chat a bit. Quap taking him down. Ult in the creep wave as well.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
And the glyph is going to be popped. They have 2 players up, but they finally take a Rax. Cart said it, Brit. And they actually will survive. Slark barely living. Offlaner here, not going to make it. He'll be forced to buy back right now as the rest of the team is respawning. Lion's still dead for a little while, seeing as he got picked off separately. Jim to go down with the Vengeful Spirit. And actually, Theris, he's going to get blown up. Slark on the sidelines, though. He has no buyback. It's a disaster for the Slark, but pretty good for the rest of the team, as buybacks are actually all coming out. Holy crap, 5 buybacks at once here. Almost from the whole team of Rebeldes. And ult coming out for Queen of Pain, and they really want to make something happen here. Silencer did just buy back. It's going to be a dieback from him. And it looks like Rebeldes might just take this game. Okay, I want to say there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total. 6 now. Only person who still has one is AA. Yeah, in the past minute. Oh my gosh. Yes, everybody's buyback is on cooldown in terms of time. at this point, not just in terms of money. But it's not completely over yet. The Ancient has not fallen. However, with AA being the only one here defending, that statement may not be true in just a moment. In fact, I fear that may be the case, as Rebeldes will look to take this game 30-27 at 67 minutes in, and GG will be called. LS looking to slip, and Rebeldes gonna take it there. PlagueDota will be joining me, and thank God he will, so we don't have quite as many spots of dead air, if you will. Of course, big shout out to everyone in the chat for enduring my solo casting for good old Dr. Corporal British on stats, and of course for the people over at Canada Cup, and our sponsors, MSI Dragon Battle, High Ground TV, Xfire, G2A.com, and Steel Series. We'll get a quick message from them. There'll be some music, and we'll be right back with game number 2. So don't go anywhere, folks. You're watching the Dota 2 Canada Cup, brought to you by Truesight TV, with SB Revolution 5 casting for you. Appreciate the support, and we'll see you in a minute.